going to hit transition in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and greetings, everyone. My name is ritzblues, and joining me tonight on commentary is...
Hello, and my name is Joe27. I am one of the mods for Resident Evil 4 VR.
And that is what we are playing tonight. Charbunny, I have some bid war options that are closed at this point. So what color laser am I using? We'll start with that one.
Laser color is a great thing to start with. We are going to be using a purple laser for our run today.
Ooh, purple. Excellent choice, a royal color. There we are. And before we start the run proper, what will the costume choice be?
We will be using the default costume for our run today.
All right, rocking the leather jacket. Cool. All right, so Resident Evil 4 VR, New Game Pro Roomscale. I'm going to take a moment here to look down. You can see in front of me, in my field of view, there's a bright blue line. That's Roomscale in VR. Obviously, we're in first person, and we're going to be playing on the hardest difficulty. Before we start, I like to do a little bit of setup here just to make sure that we've got things set up for some glitches that are going to be happening during the run. And other than that, we'll go ahead and start a new game here. So turn those options off and default costume. All right, go ahead and count down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory about Resident Evil 4. For those who's not familiar with the Resident Evil series, Resident Evil 4 is, I believe it's like 2 years after the events of Resident Evil 2 in Raccoon City, where Leon now works for the government and is sent to somewhere in Europe to rescue the president's daughter.
Yep, that is correct.
Well, this game originally came out almost 20 years ago. It came out in 2005 on the GameCube, and last year it was released in VR.
Yep, and off the bat, the biggest difference other than the first person is the fact that I can move and shoot at the same time and do cool tricks and stuff. Dual wield, stuff like that. Really, really handy. Makes a lot of tactics a lot easier and kind of idiot-proof. Dodging enemies is a lot faster this way. But there's some downsides to playing in VR, and we'll address those. But generally speaking, I can use the handgun to pretty much discourage any enemies from possibly attacking me. We're going to go ahead and rearrange some inventory here before we go into the first real combat section of the game, which is Pueblo. I'm going to focus on this, but Joe, why don't you tell them a little bit about the strat for this particular room and how it compares to console?
Yep, sure. So the way to get past this room is you have to kill a set amount of enemies. In this case, we need to kill 16 enemies. Well, on desktop, we use to specifically place grenades to kill 2 groups of tornadoes. Well, in VR, the setup will be a little bit different because the grenade's explosion power is heavily nerfed in the VR version. That's why we'll need a little bit more effort to kill the enemies required. So Ritz will be dropping his first grenade outside the window, killing the first wave of the tornadoes. And he'll pop the windows, guys, and hope to get a crit. And here's the second nade. Drop the grenade out of the door, and the section should be done.
That was a very good 1-1 Pueblo. That's what you want to see right there.
That is awesome 1-1.
Didn't see any
awesome,
shotgun drops though, and we're real low on handgun ammo, so I'm actually, for safety, going to grab this spare box because that's very little handgun ammo. Yep. So
for
yeah.
those who are familiar with the desktop runs, because the explosions are nerfed hard in VR version, so we'll need a little bit more ammunition for especially the cabin fight.
Oh, good shotty rounds. So yeah, normally in console you don't check certain boxes because they're RNG. It takes time to open a box. But because of run and gun, we can check boxes and barrels, crates, pots, and all that. And if it's something useful, we can swing over and grab it. And if it's not, then it's not. All right, it's time for the shack dance. This is how you do this QTE. It's a shack dance. Everybody do it. All right, now I got the blood
It's like
pumping.
you're actually running in VR, but you're not actually running in VR.
Yep. I run a little bit rich compared to console routing for money and inventory. I'm sure we can still trim it down a bit more, but for marathon purposes, this is a very safe route in terms of money and inventory quality. So, not a bad 1-1. So we're going to do some cutscene skips here. A disadvantage in VR, the cutscenes that we skip always have this little meter that has to fill up. So we actually lose time compared to console every time you have to skip a cutscene. Mashing.
Feeble humans.
So we're going to not talk to the merchant quite yet and do a little bit running around and shooting for a while here. In 1-2, we've got to get 2 pieces of an emblem here. And we get another kind of... Really open this while still using my gun. I did get hit there, unfortunately. But I reached over my left shoulder, grabbed my healing item, which was on my my shoulder there, the first aid spray, and immediately healed without having to menu. And I've got this emblem in my hand. And I can actually hold the other emblem in a second and not have to menu when it comes to solving this door puzzle here. So all I have to do is jump down here, head to the door, and let go.
However, this is the only door in the game that you can do that.
Nope.
All the other doors, you will need to menu the item out.
There's one other door, but yes, otherwise you do have to do some very frantic menuing because the Ganados don't stop when you're working on a door puzzle.
Yep.
So we took
pretty much everything is in real time in VR, so it makes it much more scary.
This is especially true in the puzzle and gallery. You have to be very aware of your surroundings when you go into the puzzle. But you'll see that in Chapter 3. Out of curiosity, Charbunny, how close are we on the egg truck right now?
We've still got a ways to go, so I'm really hoping people will be able to get some donations in. We're at $5 out of a needed 100, so 95 to go. And again, this happens like in 20 to 25 minutes. I was kind of hoping we'd have more time, but guess what? The runner's good at the game. Surprise, surprise. So we're not going to have as much time as I think I thought I would. So please help get those donations in now to meet that incentive.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and grab the egg, but you still have a little bit of time before I'll be using it, so...
Come on, chat. The egg's been grabbed. You don't want that egg to have been grabbed for nothing.
Just eat it if I have to. Thanks for a good heal. No, average Joe. Takes a real police dude, a man with an egg. So at the start of Chapter 1-3, we're going to make our way to the first boss fight. Ah.
That's unfortunate.
It is. So, just have to be a little more cautious with healing. Is that a heal? Nope. Okay, cool. Sorry, sometimes it's a little bit of a blur when you look at stuff like that, but it's one of those examples of a key item and having to frantically unlock the door. Normally the menu, like, is here, but I have to rapidly mash through and open this door before it hits me in the back. That'll happen several times throughout the run. Hey, free heal. Nice. For once, that box actually pays off. Okay, so we have one last treasure that I need to grab before it is time to say hello to the merchant and make our first purchase. So pretty much any time we're going to this merchant, we're always going to be purchasing the same thing, but we might buy a few other things while we're at it. So we will always purchase
I'll buy it.
a rocket launcher whenever we say hello to the merchant. And that's just the standard method for killing most bosses in RE4. VR is no exception.
The rocket launcher is insanely broken in this game, and it's relatively cheap compared to like other weapons. So I have no idea what the devs are thinking. Like they just decide to like, oh hey, let's get a rocket launcher in the game. And it's super OP.
I got some shotgun shells from an RNG crow there, so that was nice. If it dropped money, I'd just run right past. So we're starting to collect incendiary grenades. We're going to need those at the end of Chapter 2. Ignore another Hunnigan call. So we're actually coming up on the first boss fight here, which is Del Lago. And there's a few differences between VR and console with how Del Lago works. I'm going to be doing another QTE in just a moment here, but Joe, you can, if you want, you can talk about how the boss fight is different.
Really quickly before you do that, we have met the Egg the Truck incentive.
You're kidding me!
Well, you are kidding.
I'll talk about who donated for that one later. But
I am
thank you so much.
so glad I got that egg.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much for donating. You won't regret it. All right, Shack dance time.
That's another 15.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the Shack dance, go back, watch the VOD, check out the Shack Fu run. It's amazing. It's fantastic. That was Gooby that ran it, right? So I think that's right. Shoutouts to Gooby. Fantastic run. All right, so we're actually a little heavy on ammo right now, and that's okay. All right, so the Del Lago fight. Normally it takes, I don't know, 10, 12 harpoons to kill. In VR, it's going to take like closer to 30? If you're...
no, it's 40 plus.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Unless you do what I'm about to do here. So I'm actually going to step a little to the side here. And I'm going to focus on this. Joe, you can explain how the fight works. But
yep.
I stand up so I can reach my weapons, because playing seated, it's kind of difficult to reach the harpoon and ammo.
So for those who are familiar with like the desktop run, like Del Lago, like it's pretty easy to kill. Like it takes 12 harpoons to kill on professional, but on VR it takes about 40 plus, because I guess you can shoot way faster. But unless you do this, if you switch your boat movement to comfort mode, Del Lago's HP will reduce significantly. I guess it's because to compensate for the fact that you can only shoot when Del Lago dives. Because in comfort mode and you're in third person, you cannot use your weapons when Del Lago is dragging you across the boat. So let's see if we will get it first try.
We got it.
Oh, first try. Let's go.
That's a good Del Lago fight in VR.
So yeah, basically the strat in VR is we lower its HP down, and then like right before he dives, we switch to comfort mode so we can get his HP down. So we can one cycle, two cycles.
Alright, so we need to do a little inventory cleanup here, because I want that flash grenade. So I guess we will toss our heal. Oh, we actually have a decent surplus of shoddy rounds, that's why. Cool. So, yeah, I want that flash grenade. It helps immensely throughout the run. Flash grenades are incredibly useful, whereas like explosive grenades are not as useful. We'll still use them on a few areas, but I substitute the grenade routing for flashes a little bit more often, both for safety and effectiveness. So we're in chapter
Because
2. Sorry.
Because the hand grenades are like heavily nerfed in the VR version, so they're not as effective
Yeah.
as in desktop.
So in this chapter, it's nighttime. We still haven't found Ashley yet. So we gotta get an emblem to get back to the church. One of the things that I can do in VR, I can actually control a little bit the direction that Leon is moving based on the direction that my head is facing. So I actually turn my head to the side for this, and then turn my head back to the front to be able to kind of quick turn during this. So,
Because like in VR movement, you can strafe, you can run and shoot.
you can
It's
move.
basically full locomotion. Like if you play VR games, you will be familiar with what VR locomotion is like.
Yep. And if you haven't, boy, it's something to get used to. So I apologize to anybody watching at home if there's any motion sickness. So that's a little bit more shotgun rounds. Thank you. Every once in a while, I'll reach for something on the ground and accidentally touch the gun icon and grab that instead, or worse, the ammo if I have my gun out. So we're coming up on the first real boss of the game, which is El Gigante, and there's, it's a really complicated boss fight.
It's
very technical.
Really difficult.
He can kill you pretty fast, especially on pro. So I'm gonna it's gonna be serious time right now. Okay, here we go. Hopefully we get good RNG here. Okay, good fight.
And he's dead.
Yep, good fight, good fight. So, yeah, a lot of fights are that way.
Was that the good RNG?
Yes, it was. The RNG was how well I aimed. So, I always at this point, because of how very volatile cabin is, I play it very safe. I grab extra healing here. We're going to put our shotgun back on. We want a hand grenade, and we'll put our heal on there too. So,
okay, like in all seriousness, that's how broken the rocket launcher is. It can like one shot pretty much everything.
Yeah, there's only a handful.
But that's also the downside of the weapon. Like you only have one shot.
Yep.
But on the other hand, they're cheap, so
they are. So we're coming up on dogs. There's a wonderful saying when it comes to RE4 speedrunning, and it's true in VR. Dogs are free.
It's actually true on both desktop and VR as well. Like the camera manipulation, like in RE4, is like in some cases like you can't see them, then they won't hit you. That's also true in desktop. So in VR, you can just look in the sky, so you don't look at the dogs, and they will never ever hit you.
Yep, toddlers. It's the toddler hide and seek rules, right? If you can't see me, if I can't see you, you can't see me. 23 is number 1.
So the puzzle solutions is the same with desktop. For this one, the solution is 231.
Hello, Ashley. Again, we're grabbing just a few bits of extra ammo, also fishing for shotgun ammo as we do this.
For those who are familiar with the desktop runs as well, you're gonna see like the routing for the VR run is also gonna be similar to the desktop runs. Even some of the out of bounds glitches.
Oh yeah.
It's actually insane, like how the desktop glitch would actually work in the VR version. Like we were so delighted when we found out that most of the stuff that we know in desktop still works in VR. Other than any glitches that requires bitment, because obviously we cannot bitment in VR.
Yeah, that's the biggest loss. Oh wow, what? You didn't die, sir.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That is. I've never had that happen before. Come on, Ashley, let's go. Let's leave him behind and let him tend to his wounds. So yeah, that there is a clear demonstration of what I am going through with this chapter. And that is to say that Ashley, we have Ashley, so let's talk about her for a little bit. Number 1, She's probably one of the worst changes in VR. First of all, she's about a mile behind us, and even if I stop, she will be about a mile behind us. And that's bad. Second, her hitbox, her aggro radius is massive in VR. She is scared of everything. Absolutely everything. I think there's only one real redeeming quality she has, and that's she's practically bulletproof. You can shoot her like 3 or 4 times without killing her with an unupgraded weapon. This is bad. Okay.
You got it.
I think we're in trouble though. Nope, she did not stop. So yeah, I have to really, really, really focus on not letting Ganados get anywhere near her whenever I'm escorting her. That's why I'm shooting that guy in advance, because sometimes he'll rush. Hopefully she'll go there.
If you played Resident Evil 4, you would know how pain in the ass Ashley is. And she's 10 times worse in VR. So
she is. This is not good.
Oh, this is
and now it's worse. So we have to use a flash grenade to rescue this. Otherwise I'm going to reset the room. Please go upstairs. Please go upstairs. Thank you. Yeah. It's so bad that I have to, really... Oh, God, she's not coming.
She got stuck.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Anyway. Come on, get down and fall already. Jeez, man. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Our part's over.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're still in trouble. Alright, cool. Let's go.
This is not great.
Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Costs a lot of ammo. Hopefully we'll still be okay in cabin though. So, I need to switch back to explosive grenades. Alright, so not ideal, but we'll make it work. So cabin fight. This is real intense, so I'm gonna focus.
So yeah, that's a perfect demonstration of how a pain in the ass Ashley works.
Yeah, it's awful.
So,
I made that look pretty normal, actually.
So for cabin, if you want to clear a cabin, you can either wait out a timer. I'm not sure how long. I think it's like 7 minutes or something. But obviously that's too slow for speedruns. You can go fast. Or you will need to kill 40 enemies along with Lewis. Both your kill and Lewis's kill will be combined together, so you'll be looking as a team to kill 40 Ganados. So on desktop, we actually have pretty decent setup, with grenades, but since in VR the grenades are nerfed, the room pretty much falls apart very much.
Yeah, I'm already in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, this is.
I want to be right where they are.
Normally,
are you kidding me?
Top of the stairs, so we can use the shotgun to cam the stairs.
So many plagas, my goodness.
And now we have the stairs. We have the high ground now, so we'll be camping the stairs.
So I will be trying to pick off some free shots wherever I can. And grab ammo. Especially shotgun ammo if it drops. Shotgun ammo definitely heavily makes up for some of that stuff. If I take a hit, I absolutely positively have to heal because one swipe from a Plagas and I'm dead. Nope, we don't want that. We want an explosive grenade here. That there. Explosive grenade, please. Please. Thank you. Oh. Okay.
Plagas in professional is really scary. You pretty much die in one hit if you're not at full health.
Yep. Even if you have a yellow herb increased max health bar, they will drop you in this place so fast. Okay, let's let these guys ball up. Thank you for taking the taking one for the team. Okay, this is a little more like what we want to see. Good kill. Alright, so whenever there's one that just breaks through the glass, there's always a guy like right there, and you can usually shoot him off the ladder pretty quick. In VR, whenever you aim for something, if your laser touches them, even if you don't see the laser, it'll vibrate your controller, and you'll actually know if you can hit an enemy, even if you're blind firing, which is fun, like that. Oh,
Oh, that is
not ideal. All right, pop a flash, just so we can regroup. I think we're close to the end here. Yep.
Yep, got it.
So, yeah, man.
Not ideal, but then we're still like figuring out the optimal routes for VR since this is relatively new.
Yep. And it's the classic strats just plain don't work. The grenades just aren't strong enough.
So if any one of you are interested in running the game, regardless of desktop or VR for Resident Evil 4, you can join our Discord server. You can find the invite links on this bitrun.com's RE4 page. So yeah, the community there will be more than happy to help if anyone's looking to get into Resident Evil 4.
They're actually in the middle of a console version New Game Pro tournament right now, and it's the community is still growing real strong on the console side of things. But I would love some competition in VR, so please sign up. You know, I can tell you everything I know, make all these little videos, talk about it. Fantastic stuff. So we are coming up on the gondola ride. So Char Bunny, if you got anything coming up or want to, you know, we'll throw it to you for a little bit here, because all I'm going to be doing is shooting not zombies.
Well, while you're shooting not zombies, I'm happy to cover some things over on this side of the house. The first thing I want to do is shout out the donation that got us to that egg truck incentive. That was a $95 donation from Bahamut X, who says, "It's time to teach that truck driver a lesson. Good luck on your run, Ritz Blues."
Bahamut X, hey, thank you so much for that donation. Bahamut X is a fantastic, also a VR streamer, speedrunner. Definitely go check him out. So thanks for the support. So yeah, just going to be shooting more stuff here. If you got any more, Char Bunny, go for it.
Yeah, we also had a $10 anonymous donation come in. There was no comment, but again, appreciate the support for this fantastic cause. And again, even though we got Egg Truck, there is one more incentive we have open for this run right here, and that is to watch the Krauser cutscene. If met, we are going to watch the Krauser cutscene later on in the run, and it's a fantastic cutscene. It's honestly my favorite part of all of Resident Evil 4, and it'd be a really shame to skip it when we get to see this run in VR, I think for one of the first times ever in a marathon. So that needs some help. It's only at $11 out of $150, and we have time to meet it, but again, unless you donate, that number doesn't go up, so could really use your help on that one.
Yep, so we're coming up on the final boss of Chapter 2, Chief Bitores Mendez. And he is very much allergic to fire, and so we're gonna go head to the Shed of Enlightenment. Not the Shrine of Enlightenment, or you know, the House of Enlightenment. No, the Shed. It's very enlightening, and pay him a little visit.
So this boss is, we essentially use the same strat as we do on the desktop version of the game. He dies in 4 incendiary grenades, and there's no difference in VR.
So if I hold a grenade up above my head, I can actually aim wherever I throw the grenade. Like my head is aiming the grenade throw. And speaking of which, it's just about time for egg truck. And so I'm actually going to swap over to the egg now. Before that, though, we have some lovely dialogue from Ashley.
Are you okay, Leon?
Are you okay, Leon? Yes, I am okay. So, now we have a lovely walk back to the castle. But yeah, we have our egg here, and we're coming up on egg truck. It's going to be the next kill that we do. So yeah, if we hold a grenade, or in this case an egg, up above our shoulder, like you're about to throw a baseball or something like that, and a red reticle will appear, and I can aim it wherever I want, and it'll show precision accuracy exactly where that grenade will land. So with fire grenades, that's incredibly useful because they explode on contact. They don't bounce, they don't do anything like that. Same thing with flash grenades, they explode on contact. Hand grenades, though, they do bounce. But a fun thing you can do in this, especially useful in no merchant runs when fighting El Gigante without a rocket launcher, is you can cook grenades. So when you pull a grenade off of your belt, there's a pin that you can interact with your other hand. You can pull the pin and the grenade will beep, and if you don't throw it, that grenade will go off in your hand. But you can also make grenades explode in mid-air that way, which makes killing Gigante really easy with hand grenades in VR. It's basically free. So here we go, egg truck time. I don't know what it is. Maybe this truck driver is violently allergic to ovalbumin or something like that. I don't know. But we're just going to grab our handy little brown chicken egg, raise our weapon high, catch. It's a good thing there wasn't a windshield on this truck.
That was fantastic. He's just down, the truck falls over, this is perfect.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much again everyone for donating so we can see that fantastic event.
So yes, thank you very much. We are moving on to chapter 3. So one thing we haven't talked about is the weapon and inventory routing and treasure routing for this run. I mentioned earlier I run a little bit rich here. We're going to do our first inventory management here, like proper inventory management. And I'm going to start off by selling a few things, and then I'm going to buy the large attaché case, and that's going to be very helpful because, unlike console, I like to keep the shotgun here, and it's just because of how incredibly useful it is to have two different weapons in your inventory at all times for combat. I do not have enough money for a rocket launcher. Did I not sell? Oh, I forgot to sell my treasures. There's my... I'm like, oh no, where's my money? There it is. Panic attack for just a second there, but it's over now, so we're all good. All good. It's all good here. How are you? Alright.
Come back anytime.
So we do not purchase that at all. We do want a flash next. Alright, cool. Let's get out of here.
Right, so just to clarify, for the current console version, we're actually referring it to the desktop version, like the normal version of the game, because we are just used to calling it like whatever our main platform is running on. So excuse us for that.
Yep. Yeah. Normally
Now
you
it's
would
gonna hit some MLG shots.
Yeah. Normally you would purchase the TMP, sell the handgun, sell the same stuff I bought otherwise. The TMP is not a good weapon in VR. Not at all. And since the handgun gets a dedicated slot, I mean, it earns a spot just for how incredibly useful it is for things like this.
So this section is actually one of the examples where the hold to skip cutscene is actually bad, because the catapults launch in real time. Like when the cutscene plays, the catapult, like the enemy behavior is going on at the same time as well. So that 1 second of delay can actually cause the catapult to hit you, or worse, hit Ashley and kill him. So this is one of the spots we actually have to wait out like one cycle before we can run past, or you will almost always get hit by the catapult. And to add on, like why we don't get a TMP in the VR run, because you reload in real time on the VR version. Like there's no real speed upgrade, for obvious reasons. So it's all up to like how fast you can reload your gun. So essentially, you can just like reload in less than 1 second. Yep, and he just reloaded 3 times.
Wait.
Sometimes I reload for fun. Sometimes I reload and it gets me in trouble, so I have to be careful with that. So this strat's pretty much the same thing that you do in console. We want to juke those 2 shielders out. I'm going to grab health for safety. Grab those things, wait a second, shoot that barrel.
Oh, that is...
So, right there, that is why VR having 2 weapons is so good. I just pretty much no-scoped that guy and he deleted him. Rifle is super busted in VR, incredibly useful. MVP weapon, it's a shame that we only use it for about half the game. So now it's time for everyone's favorite speedrunning boss. That's right, the Chimera Wall. There is still a sizable bounty out on that thing. If you guys, anybody out there is interested in glitch hunting or things like that, by all means, please. Console, VR, anything, we're desperate. That's probably about 30 minutes of content that we would cut out.
Is like the dream skip.
It is. Yep. It'll take this thing down to probably sub 1 hour on console if we ever get it. Alright, so at this point, as you probably know, there is a quick kill for this guy in console version with the semi-auto rifle. It looks a little different here, but it still works.
It's actually easier in VR because you can just like point and shoot with your hand instead of having to like quick scope and re-scope in, which if you mess up, you're gonna end up in really big trouble.
Yeah, you can easily shift your position in VR, no problem. So that went very well, about as well as I expected. Unfortunately, we can't set up to run past these guys like you do in console, so instead we need to use our trusty shotgun to get past him. Wow, this guy, this is definitely not what you want here.
Dying.
He isn't. No Plagas though. Alright, so come on. There you go. Alright, cool. So, not great, but
now for Waterhall.
Yep, Waterhall. You can kind of explain what I'll be doing here, but I'm going to be using the rocket launcher strat, so I'm going to focus on this because it's really hard.
So, Waterhall on desktop is usually known as one of the hardest rooms in the game. Well, it's no different in VR. It's hard. And Ashley's VR AI just made it like worse.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate.
They gunslingered.
So yeah, Ritz actually killed the archers and the shield guys, and he re-entered the room so he can actually like save the checkpoint after the 4 enemies are dead. So he's gonna down the enemies to prevent Ashley getting stuck. And he's gonna head down to the basement and activate the switches. So since in VR you can like aim and shoot at the same time, so he's just gonna point at Ashley to make her stay there instead of like, using a wait command, which is a handy thing to do. And one thing we found out is if you
Yep, she got caught. So,
so anyways, if there's like an action prompt where you ask Ashley to go, like the crank just now, if you use the action prompt, Ashley will ignore all the enemies and just run to the crank. As long as she doesn't get grabbed or attacked, she will continue like going to whatever you told her to do, regardless of the enemy aggro range, like right now. So that's one thing we found out, like how to get Ashley up to the crank safely. And for the stairs and these, Ritz is gonna just fire a rocket launcher and killing everyone.
Alright.
Because again, Ashley's AI in VR is not as consistent to just run through. Even with a flash grenade, there's still chances of Ashley getting stuck or getting hit. So if you don't want to take any chances, just use a rocket launcher. And after that, we're just gonna reset the checkpoint and all the enemies will despawn after we reach the second part of the hole.
Yep. Not a particularly great first half, but we didn't die, and I saved it. But yeah, it's not the cleanest one I've had. Great example, the world record run, like, it's about the best one I've ever seen. It's just absolutely perfectly clean. Everything went exactly according to plan. Part 2 is a lot easier, though.
Part 2 is the same threat as on desktop. It's basically an auto scroller, and
Oh my god.
you should. Oh wow! And you shoot people and not let Ashley win. So while Ritz is busy like protecting Ashley and killing these Celiacs, so it's a good time to get in some donations if there's any.
Awesome! I have $20 from Code Gorilla who says, "You know what? I want to see that Krauser cutscene. Good luck on the rest of the run, Ritz Blues." And that does bring us a little bit closer. We're making some progress. Watch Krauser cutscene is now at $31 out of a necessary 150, so just under 120 left to go in order to make that incentive happen. Would really appreciate some more donations coming in for that. I've been doing some number math, by the way, while I've been sitting here watching this, and we're just under $400 away from 4K, and we're watching Resident Evil 4 VR. That can't be a coincidence, right? Chat, can we get some $4 donations to help with that?
Not particularly good second half, unfortunately.
Yep, that is very important.
We're actually going to lose just a hint of time here. And I got to be very careful that she doesn't get caught. We're okay, but yeah, just not healthy start there, unfortunately. She's going to get caught again. Nope, she's won. Okay, good. So.
It's fine.
Whew! Alright, well, Waterhole's done. I can't say I'm proud of that, but we made it through. That's the end of 3-1 and probably one of the hardest segments of the run, so I can kind of stretch and relax a little bit for the next segments here. So we're actually coming up on a segment that is really RNG, one of the first real RNG kind of parts of a normal run that is almost completely alleviated in VR, and that is Novistadors.
So Novistadors is this like visible box enemy, and long story short, they're annoying.
Oh yeah.
And nobody likes them.
Nope. There's some little things you can do to alleviate their strategies. Kind of like dogs, you can mess up with their AI by looking at the walls, but that's kind of annoying in VR, so I just...
There's a total of 3 rooms that filled with Novistadors in the game. This is the first one, and it's also the easiest one. Which in Novistadors 1, that's unfortunate. In Novice 1, their behavior can be almost entirely manipulated by movement and camera manipulation. But for Novice 2 and 3, not so much.
Yep. You can alleviate a little bit with things like flash grenades, or what I try to do is try not to use those flash grenades, and instead shotgun my way through.
Just because you can run and shoot at the same time in VR, it's pretty huge.
Yeah, it really takes a lot of the threat out of Novi's 1, 2, and 3, except for one part of Novi's 3 that is always like super like clench, like nerve-wracking whenever it happens. And that's something that isn't present in console, actually, then I think about it. So you'll see it when we get there,
Yep.
though. So if I look left
And
and
the fact
quickly look
that-
right, I can go through that door almost instantly.
And the fact that the Hitman glitch, or these, as known as the Striker glitch, don't exist in VR, that just makes Noise 3 even more of a nightmare.
Yep, we don't get that for that at all.
Got
So
some
I used the
rare
rocket
things
launcher,
you're
so I need to
buying.
replace it for sure.
Stranger, stranger.
So we're gonna do that right now.
Come back anytime.
So
Now-
if you're wondering what the Striker glitch is basically, but it's a desktop only thing. On desktop versions with the Striker, that's a glitch you can do to speed up Leon by 1.5 times. Unfortunately, that's not a thing in VR, so you have to figure out something.
Yeah. So this segment has a, come on, open the door. A fun little glitch we can do. Let's see what our situation is here. Nope, we're gonna use the fire grenade here.
This is also another strat that is actually came from the desktop version to run. It was originally a 30 FPS strat until I believe it was Yoshi who found it that it works in 60 FPS as well, just that the aim is a little bit more tight, like the hitbox is more tight, and it works in VR as well. So it's amazing.
He didn't die? Wow. There we go.
So basically what we do here is we throw an incendiary into the red cellar containing the key, and we jump down so he can get burned while we jump down and watch the cutscene so he doesn't run up the stairs, and we can get an easy kill off him and get the keys and get out of here.
Yep.
Without having to like chase him down like 5 miles into the turret.
Yep. So that could have gone a little better, but wasn't terrible. So,
At least you made it alive.
oh boy. Hi guys.
Oh wow.
Can we shoot, please? No? Okay. Guess I'll do it. I haven't had a whole crowd run into the room before. I've definitely had like 1 or 2, but not a whole crowd. So, had to adapt there for a second. But yeah, you can see how having 2 weapons available at a moment's notice is, really good for mitigating bad RNG, or even in some respects, bad execution. You can still kind of make up for it. Shotgun's a moneymaker here. These crows are like insanely tough. They take 2 shotguns to kill.
Something goes bad, just pull up your shotgun and just shoot him.
So here's that second puzzle that we can solve with 2 key items and not have to menu. Saves a little time there. And we also get to say hello to the nothing that we're going to look at all. I'm not going to look at the dogs. It's sad because they're really cool looking, but we just don't look at them. Oh, who am I
Well, we're
kidding?
not-
I'll look at one. There's a dog.
While we're not looking at anything, would you like a donation?
Yep, go for it.
We did have a $4 donation coming in, and it's actually from Ashley. I didn't know that was possible,
Oh,
but that's
no.
pretty neat. VR technology
Oh,
is
no.
just incredible. And she just asks, "Are you okay, Leon?"
I am okay. So yeah, so we're just going to run through here and admire this lovely piece of security technology. I mean, all the fine artwork engraved in the side of it, the little LED light. Here's another one. That's cool. This one has a moon on it. That's awesome. Did you guys hear something? Must be in my imagination. But yeah, we'll just take these pieces right up here to the door. And just slap them on in there. Reach out there, grab an incendiary grenade, say hello to Ada's thighs, and move on. That's all we're really gonna see of Ada, unless you guys get that Krauser cutscene. So yeah, let's see if we can make that happen.
We're working on it. We've got $35 so far. We need 150. So chat, please help us reach that incentive. Please help us unlock that extra cutscene.
So 3-3 is the shortest chapter of the game, and let me just quickly swap to a grenade here. We have one flash, so I might actually see if I can try something here. I don't know if it'll happen, but we're gonna give it a whirl here, see if it works. Oh, not quite. I was just gonna see if you could reach for it or not. It's okay if we don't get it though, I can manage without it. So, no TMP, that's kind of the one disadvantage here, is getting through that lock is quite difficult without it. But a grenade kind of helps with that. Alright, he's still standing, so... Ooh! Right in front of my eyes!
Wow.
That went right in the lenses there, man.
Did you get iframes off that? Or
No, I
something
didn't. There's no way I got iframes on that. I was probably just like the edge of the pixel exactly not hitting me. So,
wow.
alright, we got that. We want these. Everything else is cool. We'll switch to that. We have a rocket launcher. Good. Finish chapter 3-3.
So here's some more auto-scroller MLG sniping session.
Yep. Rest in peace, Lewis. No scope. I missed. I hit.
In most cases, it's actually easier to no-scope in RE4 VR because
It's
the
faster and it's more
game
accurate.
The game doesn't offer any stabilization settings, like, or some of you might know as a virtual stop if you play VR games, like you have in Pavlov. So if your hands are not steady, so yeah, good luck hitting anything with it.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, please throw the.
Oh my god!
Wow!
Wow!
Wow! Okay. All right. So yeah, this segment MLG. I hope you enjoyed it because you get to see it again. But this time we'll do it right, huh?
Not too MLG at the first try, so we'll see if we can get it a second try.
Oh my god! Come on, hit them in the head, or I guess twice. Wow. And I wasted a round. Cool. This is great. Good start, Ritz. Is this going to be the thing that memes me in the run? Oh, and no ammo. Good, good. I like that.
The door's locked. I can't open it.
I do wish they add a virtual stop option, or like the aim stabilization option, like sooner. It would really help.
Alright, cool. They're all dead. No other spawns. First try! Wait, no, that wasn't it. How do I count again? I got the key, I can get out. Cool. Thank you, Ashley. Man, I'm really glad they had somebody translate Ashley's voice lines in this game. It's so hard to understand her. Like, you have no idea. Like, the accessibility improvement in this game just because Ashley talks to you and you can read it. Oh, it's wonderful. Also, we're Ashley now.
Speaking of... Sorry. You for this.
So yeah, the Ashley segment, it's pretty similar to what you would do in console. There's a few little changes, but mostly it's just avoiding enemies and solving puzzles. With our first-person perspective, we can sort of strafe instead of turning here. It saves a little bit of effort. hitting buttons is questionable. The button detection in this game is not great. We have a flashlight, so you guys at home can actually see where I'm going now. Or I can, you know, light show. Whee! Here's a puzzle. Puzzles are fun.
So for the solution of this puzzle, you just press the centerpiece and you just go clockwise.
Yep.
And that's literally the solution.
So we're gonna grab some goodies and run.
Speaking of the translations just now, this is the only version that actually has English subtitles. All the other versions, if your game language is in English, there will be no subtitles, even in the Steam version.
So what I'm doing right here,
I don't know.
those are what are boosts. And then we're actually gonna skip this last QT by reaching out and just grabbing the door instead of walking into the QTE trigger. So we'll be doing that a few more times throughout the run as well. It's unique
So
to
basically,
VR.
what it does is, because if you hit the QTE to dodge, your character will move backwards.
Backwards.
You'll like slide backwards. So if you actually walk backwards, you can slide into the direction you want to go. It's not big, but
Take what you
it's
can get.
like probably like a
Oh, it's
a
totally
second of time save.
totally worth
Like
losing
this is a
Ditman for.
minor type save.
Yeah. And yeah, if you accidentally run into a wall, you've completely defeated the purpose of it. So, but hey, at least we don't have Ditman, right? Right? Fun fact, this is the only part of the run where I cannot use my hands. Don't know why. It's like a first-person perspective cutscene, but it's not an actual movie screen like these. So if I skip these perfectly fast, I can actually make the cycle for that gap there, which I'm shooting for here. I got it. And here we're going to do a little more no-scoping.
This is also another example of the hope to skip cutscene thing. But on desktop, you usually get a little bit more time before you can like get to the first cycle.
Yep.
Well, VR is like you miss a bit and yeah, automatically 8 seconds at most.
Yep. So you gotta walk in that room holding this button the way you need to go to not miss it, and be prepared to immediately skip cutscene. This one. Lava room. So this game actually has really immersive like weapon reload. You can like actually like pull the slide on the weapons, or like and stuff. The clip in and pull the trigger and it just saves a lot of time. Doesn't work on the shotgun though. You have to pump the shotgun unless you load a shell into it. So, but it's a nice little way to quickly reload. Otherwise, reloading is very cumbersome. So we finally defeated Chimera. A little bit of tech for completing these puzzles quickly. You just mash with your one hand and you grab with the other hand until it's done. And I'll be doing that again in Krauser's cutscene. Well, after the Krauser fight, at least. So yeah, Salazar is so rich, he has 2 tram cars in his castle. Ooh, fancy. Either that or somebody worked really hard on this animation and were like, can we please use it again? And the game designer lead was like, fine. We'll find an excuse. So it's time to collect some grails and solve more puzzles. We're going to start with the more difficult of the 2, which is the Armaduros. We're going to do a few QTE boosts and then a little more MLG. So we pop through here, pull out our gun, grab the grail, and then no scopes.
So this is one of the sections where it's a lot easier than in desktop, just because you can aim with your hand.
Okay.
And you don't have to scope in, you can just no scope them on their face.
Yep.
So what we do here is we snipe their helmets to pop it off, and those want to plug us, and we kill them with the flash grenade. Oh,
We're
did
good.
you miss?
We're good. I
or
did miss.
Is that the? Oh,
I missed.
I thought you'd get.
Oh,
I thought
whoa!
you'd get
Don't throw that yet. That one actually hit his body. All right, now we're good. I almost threw that flash
Oh,
grenade,
wow.
man.
What a save!
That was monkus. Woo!
I thought you got the meme pattern. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it's also a thing on VR, but on desktop there's a rare pattern that can actually happen. We believe it's a bug. Like if you hit the last Armadillo's helmet, it won't come off. I'm not sure if that's a thing in VR as well.
Don't know. Don't have enough sample size to know. So something I did earlier in Waterhall that I'll be doing again here. It requires me to use a quick action on my action wheel on my left stick to get Ashley to wait. So it's faster to just point your gun at her to make her duck to stay on a platform. It's also faster to back into this room because these lights don't exist until we enter the room, so we don't lose any time by ignoring them before coming in.
So this is one of the rooms that's different than the desktop version, because in desktop version you can just pre-shoot the switches to disable them, but not in VR.
Nope. So shoutouts to Elden Ring. All those bloodstains. I'm loving it. Haven't beat it yet. It's a lot of fun though. Highly recommended. So that is the end of that sequence. Do we have any flash grenades left?
What if they made a Souls game in VR?
Ooh.
Oh, I wonder what will happen.
Okay, so I am out of flash grenades, which means we are doing Novi's 2 flashless.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Behold, as the amazing Ritz flies across the flying trapeze without a net. We have no safety net for this. So...
It's okay, you have your shotgun.
I have my shotgun. That's right. We'll be just fine. Yeah, we're not going to grab any grenades for this. So here we go. Here's hoping it goes well. Good start. Had to stop a little bit, but didn't get hit, so... Come on, hit it. There's one left. Ooh, a blue eye. Money. Just a little extra sellable on the way. That's a good Novi's too. Not great, but good. Didn't get hit, so yeah. Eat your heart out, console runners. You wish you could shoot at the same time as me.
Imagine if they remade like RE4 into a desktop FPS game.
Yeah, with RE6 controls.
Yeah.
That would be incredibly good. Or even if they remade it using the RE engine and, you know, have proper, like, controls that way from an actual first-person perspective would be good too.
How to boost sales 101.
That's right, man. Remakes. Take beloved classics.
Actually, no. I want a RE Outbreak remake.
I want
If anyone knows what Resident Evil Outbreak is, I'm pretty sure we are all waiting for an Outbreak remake.
I would love to see RE5 VR with co-op. I would buy that and a copy for my friend in a heartbeat. So another great advantage, we can down low and shoot these guys before we go around the corner, stuff like that. Real fun. Just running out of this clock tower using nothing but a handgun is super fun.
Resident Evil Gaiden VR win. Man, I wish to see more like titles like this, like AAA titles like this get ported into VR.
Yep. One
Because
day.
like right now it's like when people like just got into VR, it's like, hey, I got a Quest, I got a Rift or whatever, and what game do I recommend? It's gonna always be the same, like Beat Saber, Pavlov, or like it's always this like few.
Like 3 or 4 incredibly good games, and then there's a lot of like, well, they're still learning how it works. Games.
Yeah. I heard that they say GTA San Andreas will be coming to VR. Not sure how true is that. I'm looking forward to that actually. It would be interesting.
Alright, so we are almost done picking up odd treasures as we move along here. This is the my favorite line of dialogue that Salazar has. Die, you worm! Love it. Alright, so we're gonna do a little shopping here.
Oh, this is the Striker Merchant.
Yeah, no, he's not.
It's
I don't know what a striker is. I have no idea what
in
you're talking about.
the desktop, but in VR, maybe not so
Is that
much.
okay?
So this is gonna be changing up his inventory once again.
What is this striker that you speak of? I don't know what you're talking
Thank you.
about. I have no idea.
What are you buying?
All I ever buy here is a rocket launcher.
Stranger. Now that. Come back.
So yeah, yep, you would normally purchase the striker here for Ditman. So this is unfortunately the part where console will continue to leave VR version in the dust. So there's a lot of little skips and time saves that you can do with Ditman that you can still kind of do a few of them in VR. But otherwise we're going to be doing what looks like a lot of glitchless strats.
For anyone who's not familiar with the non-VR run, do you mind explaining what Ditman is?
Sure. So when you pull out the striker in non-VR, there's a little animation that plays. And for whatever reason, I think the way they programmed it, they had to speed up the animation in order for it to work properly. If you interrupt that animation by opening up your inventory and then selecting a different weapon and then closing your inventory, you get a 50% boost to speed. And that little boost to speed saves about 20 to 30 minutes over the course of a run. Incredibly useful. Woo, that fly and leap. But because we don't have a draw animation in VR, we can't do the Ditman glitch at all. Let's see. Yeah, I was going to say we don't have our weapon equipped. Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. All right, we're good. But gimme, I need that. There we go.
So that's another prime example of how OP the rocket launcher is. Like you can just freeze the Verdugo and kill it in one hit.
Yeah, it saves like 3 minutes killing Verdugo or something like that. And in No Merchant, the way I have it routed, I do not kill Verdugo with the rocket launcher. Actually, I think I do now because of the double gigante skip that's in No Merchant. But yeah, that's chapter 4-1. That was the longest chapter in the game. Take a deep breath. We made it. And that should be a little bit over halfway through the game. 4-2, we're going to start seeing a few glitches and things that are things you can do when you don't have Ditman. So I don't know if it actually saves time or not, but I'm going to do a glitch in the next room called the boulder skip.
Got some rare
It's an oldie
things
but a
on
goodie.
What are you buying?
So for people that's familiar with the console or like desktop No Merchant runs, you're probably gonna know this one. The boulder skip setup is pretty much the same as the desktop boulder skip, the No Merchant skip.
Yeah, normally what you do in console, if you have Ditman, you can skip double gigante with the zip line by just riding it twice while Ditman is active, and you would just shoot that boulder there with this rocket launcher. But I don't have Ditman, and the double gigante skip is not marathon safe, so so instead we're gonna do this. We're gonna drop down here and miss. Sorry, let's try that again, shall we? We're gonna drop down in the exact right spot here. Take a second. There we go. Got it. Still got it, even though we got hit. We're good. It's all good. And now that I've fallen out of bounds, I can go up that wall there, cross the room, come over to this wall, run along it, and get back up.
Okay, floating in VR looks magical and incredibly disorienting at
Oh,
the
yeah.
same time.
It isn't. Even in console, it's disorienting. Just getting used to the idea that you're not going to fall wherever you go. So that helps, having played console before. But yeah, I can imagine that would be really disorienting. But yeah, that's the boulder skip. So got it second try. Not terrible. So double gigantes. We're just gonna lure them out over here. Throw the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever. Take a bath, buddy. Good fight. So that's why it's worth it to save the rocket launcher there, because we can't skip them easily. Oh my god. So go ahead and switch it out now. Get our flash grenade. Set up our next heal while we're here. So the next room, also a bit different in the VR version without Ditman.
RNG room.
Yes.
Coming up, we have Noise 3.
Yeah. It's fun. This is one of the most fun rooms in VR for speedrunning. It's difficult, but it's fun, so I'm going to focus here. Gimme. Thank you. Little clunky start. So Novies, when they are flying in the air, have much lower defenses. I wouldn't say they have 1 hit point, but it's something like that. It's very close to 1 hit point. Maybe it's like 2 hit points, I don't know. So as long as they are not on the ground when you shoot them, they'll pretty much die to a shotgun, and sometimes just 1 pistol round is all it takes as well. Oh, baby, a triple. Only one of them wasn't hit in that. That's nice. That's my favorite cluster to shoot in the entire game. 1 shot, 4 kills. If you get it right. So, I don't want to jinx it, but this has been going really well so far.
This is also one of the most scariest parts of the game because the door opens in real time, so you have to be aware of your surroundings.
Yep. I thought that guy
But once
was...
the doors open, you can not do anything because
Yep.
the novice cannot get past the door.
Yep. So, other than the very, very end, that was a good Novies 3. Hold the skip, now we gotta wait a cycle.
Because we have no Ditman, we have to do this normal.
Yep. And if you don't do the cutscene skip fast enough, you have to wait another cycle, so... We got 2 flashes left. So I will do the next segment flashless. Alright, so we have another merchant interaction to do here. Let's see. This might be one that I might reroute, though. So here we're going to talk to the merchant while opening my inventory, so we can manage inventory real quick first. And make sure that I have room for what I need to buy. And we have to combine our treasures here, so I can do that right now. Meantime, the merchant's got his jacket half open, wondering what I'm doing in my, rifling through my bag. There we go. Now we can sell stuff. So this should be the last treasure sales that I need to do in the run.
Stranger? Ah, I'll buy it.
And
Thank
as
you.
usual,
What are you buying?
we need another rocket launcher.
Stranger.
Alright.
Come back anytime.
So 4-3, home of the mines. And where there are mines, we have mine carts. Do you know what year the minecart skip was discovered, Joe? I don't know, but it was relatively recent.
No, I'm not familiar with that. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it was only
I think
maybe.
it was way back in the 30 FPS versions, no?
I don't know when it was discovered, but it's not that old. It's a relatively new skip, or at least the Ditman version of it is newer. But yeah, it saves a ton of time. I think I started learning the console speedruns on Nintendo Wii back in 2013, and there was no skip then. So I used to dance on the minecart, which would be
But
a,
it
a
is,
lot of fun.
but it's just not discovered yet, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's true. It wasn't invented yet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the jump over method works on all. Oh, that. Pretty sure the jump over method works on all versions of the game.
Oh yeah, it's in all versions. You can, it was, but it was discovered late, and they went back and you can even do it on GameCube. So these guys kill you in one hit, so I don't like to mess around with them at all. So there's some time to be saved there if you feel like risking dodging those things, but Leon's hitbox in VR is massive, so I don't take the risk.
So, coming up, we have the minecart section. This skip was actually taken directly from the console version of the game. Well, actually even Steam as well, but since in Steam 60 FPS, we do did not skip. I mean the minecart skip they did manually, so like we can just jump down and go out of bounds. But in VR we can't do that, so we have to do the console equivalent of the skip, which is jumping over the cart and going out of bounds.
Yep, not quite.
mind.
We tried.
Not quite.
I think I was a little bit late there.
Yep.
So it's really tricky, which
The
is
timing's a bit precise.
Yep. Yeah, the Ditman version, you can try it over and over and over again, but unfortunately, we have to do it. The
Ditman version is also much more reliable just because there's no timing involved. It's just your execution. And we got it. And we're once again we're out of bounds.
Yeah, so yeah, I stopped talking there because I was counting. So yeah, if you mess up, you lose a lot of time. So yeah, before we throw it over to you, Score Bunny, I'm sorry, Char Bunny, forgive me. We're going out of bounds. You can actually see the entire track from outside here. We're going to make our way back through this wall here and get in bounds here. And then we're just going to follow this loop all the way down to the very bottom. Faster with Ditman, but, still fast this way. Anyway, I'm going to practice my juggling and throw it back to you, Charbunny.
Of course, Scorbunny is also one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what it hit me there, so, yep.
All good. So for anyone who's joining us more recently, I want to remind you this is Mid-Spring Speedfling 2022. In collaboration with VGMCon Liftoff, we're raising money for Save the Music. To donate, go to donate.midwestspeedfest.com or type !donate in chat and follow the link. Additionally, Save the Music is a 501c3 nonprofit charity, meaning that if you live in the United States, your donations may be tax deductible, and furthermore, your employer may match your donation. To learn more about Save the Music, go to savethemusic.org. And I've been thinking about donation matching, so if you weren't already aware, we are trying really hard to meet an incentive to watch the Krauser cutscene coming up in only about 20-25 minutes in the run. We're getting pretty close. That is at 35 out of a needed $150. Now, I've asked a few times, hey, can you donate? Can you donate? But you know what? I know I'm a disembodied voice, so you may be asking yourself, are you serious about this though? How do I know that this charity is important to you, that you really mean what you're saying? So I am going to put my money where my mouth is. I will match every single donation that comes in toward that incentive until we either meet it or miss it. And I really, really hope we meet it. So if you donate and put your donation towards the Watch Krauser cutscene, that donation is effectively doubled because I will personally match it. So please, please consider that exclamation mark donate. Please consider going to the website. Make sure that you choose the Krauser cutscene incentive when you do, and let's make it happen, team.
Wow, what a great offer. Thank you so much, Charbonny. Chapter 4-4. So this time my shotgun's full of ammo. You want to laugh? Watch the world record run of this and see what happens when I get here. Yeah, so it's time for the final showdown with Salazar. But first we've got to get to the top of this tower. So this is a couple segment. Double, triple check here. Yep, we got ammo. We're good. You do not want to be caught on this hand without ammo. All right. That went really well. All right. Chicken wing time.
4 QB.
Just flap your arms and squeeze the triggers and you'll make it through no problem. If you believe you can fly, then you can fly. Flap with me now. Leon can fly! Actually, not really. Shrek run! Not Shrek run, Shaq run. Although I bet Shrek would run like this too. Let's go play some. So, actually, what, 2 nights ago, I was running through this with Joe and going over commentary. It turns out that you can actually shoot the barrels while running, which is super awesome. No, I forgot that little detail though. But if you do that, you get blown up real good. Good job, Prince. The timing was not good there. Oh no. Go away. Please? Let's see, we got you. And you.
So this is the famous Capcom elevator section. I don't know what's with Capcom and elevators, but in their game, there's always this one elevator section where like you have to shoot enemies on the elevator, and if it's like a lot of enemies on the elevator, it's too heavy, the elevator just stop moving.
Yep.
So you have to get them off as fast as possible.
Where is this guy? I thought there was another one dropping down. I'm not seeing them. I must have a bad perspective on this. And I have no healing equipped. Jeez, Ritz, come on, man. Get it together, man. Alright. I want these guys to be...
Not dying.
Nope.
Damn.
Striker will kill a lot better than these. So I rely on the knockback of this here to come out, and if I miss, then we get in a lot of trouble here. Alright, I think we're okay. Rough stuff. Alright, well, we're definitely grabbing the heals on the way in. So we're coming up on the final boss fight of the castle. And we're gonna grab the ammo instead of the heal there. Whoops. Alright, cool. Push the button. Alright, so here we always double, triple check. Do we have a rocket launcher? Yes, we do. We absolutely need it for this fight. In VR, if you walk through the doors, you cannot come back out. So you are committed to the fight. In console, you can actually turn around and leave. So if you forget the rocket launcher, your run is dead, 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 dead. Yeah, had to move there. So if you shoot that eye fast enough, you can get it in one go and not have to step back. But unfortunately, I didn't want to get QTE'd there because the QTE windows are terrible here in the middle. But that was a good Salazar fight. We didn't get hit, so I'm happy with it. And this is where we say goodbye to my office chair. And
Bye, office chair.
say hello to some friendly glitches here. How turned around am I? I feel like I'm completely turned around, but I'm not. Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. Well, at this point, I'll go ahead and move my camera as well, just to make sure that we're in position for the other half of the run. There we go.
While you're doing those adjustments, we did get a $50 anonymous donation coming
Oh!
in that did go towards that Krauser fight, so we're getting a lot closer. We are now at $85 out of the necessary $150, so we are over halfway there. We're making good progress, but you know,
Running
so
low
is
on
our runner,
time.
so we're gotta keep donating. Please keep those donations coming in. We're entering the final area.
You guys saw nothing when I turned my camera. Don't worry, I'll be moving in the middle of the room in just a moment here. There we go. Okay. So, well, I don't know what I knocked over. I knocked over my good friend Shaq there. But we're okay. So we're on the island. We have another lovely little out of bounds here. It used to be that the way we did out of bounds was going all the way down that hallway I'm looking at, but instead, more recently was found at the one that I'm just activated there. You walk this way and then use a QTE to go back inbounds.
Yep. This is actually fairly recent because when we are looking for out of bounds glitch, we are always looking for glitch where you need to jump down. But we never really thought of looking for glitches that requires you to climb up.
Yep.
So this glitch was actually found fairly recently.
Yep.
And it skips the entire island puzzle section.
And it does it a little bit
Which is
sooner than the old
pretty
skip.
huge.
Yeah, I remember learning the old skip. You would fall through the ground and fall into the void so many times on that skip if you did it wrong.
And I think the old one doesn't work on 60 FPS version of the game.
Yeah, you always wind up falling out of bounds. So this is where we say
Yeah,
goodbye to the
really-
handgun. Goodbye, handgun. Thank you for your service.
Got some rare things on. What are you selling?
Bye, handgun. I'm
Is
waving,
that
but it
all,
can't see me.
stranger?
That's okay.
I will wait for you.
So
Bye.
Rick is gonna
Bye,
get
handgun.
rid of his starter handgun and buy a killer center.
Is that all,
Yep.
stranger?
So once again, having a pistol slot changes a bit of how
Thank
we
you.
route and handle
Stranger.
enemies in the run.
Stranger.
And we have a pretty healthy amount of magnum ammo. I do want to equip it though. I do need to equip all of my stuff. Because right now I'm barehanded, so. I mean, I'm still Leon-handed, but anyway. Yeah, close enough. I just have to make sure he doesn't shoot me with an arrow. I don't care if he lives or dies. So yeah, the island segment, we have to get to Ashley. It's going to take a bit of doing. But pretty much for the rest of the run, I'm going to be using these two weapons. And oh my god. Sorry. Guy gets me every time. So I'll be, swapping back and forth between weapons, but for the most part, it's a lot of just running through. But we're coming up on the first room scale glitch, and this is where I'm going to take advantage of my play space at this point here. So this is called the garage door skip. It's normally very easy to do with Ditman, but there's that D word again. Instead, I'm going to pause the game and walk forward and kind of sort of do a pseudo Ditman here. And we got it.
So basically, if you open a pause menu and during the fade to black transition, and if you move in real life, your in-game position actually shifts as well. So we can abuse that to hold the in-game events, like the door closing, for example, in this case. And this puzzle is also the only puzzle in the game that you are able to press everything in one go.
Yep.
All the other puzzles, you have to wait for the animation to finish before you can do another input.
So we're going to do another room scale skip here. Leon is dummy thick, and you can't just run past this third regenerator that we're going to encounter here. So instead, we're going to just phase right through him if I do this right. If I do it wrong, I'll still phase right through him, but I'll also take a hit. So I'm going to focus here for a second. Hopefully we got it. Oh dear. Nope, that is not what we're supposed to do. All right, cool. So, backup strat time, I guess. Oh well.
That's fine. We just do it normally.
So, I think I got a little backwards there, so, oh well. Whatever. I can get that herb later if I really, really need it. One of the things I do go out of the way to get, though, are yellow herbs. Those are an absolute must-have, and that's just for safety in a marathon for Krauser. So one of the bugs that the VR version has is if you lose and get a game over in the same room multiple times, I don't know what the total death counter is in the same room, the game will actually crash to the desktop and you lose all your progress. Thankfully, I have backup saves throughout the run, so if that happens, that'll be okay. But Krauser in Pro has a move that can pretty much instantly kill you. So by grabbing a bunch of yellow herbs, we can alleviate that. We're gonna grab this. Oh God, no, it's all over my. That's never gonna wash out. Why in the world would you trust such a horrible monstrosity with the one key that holds your crucial political advantage bargaining chip prisoner? I don't know. There's so many questionable decisions in this game. So while these two gentlemen head to the infirmary for the pellets I just loaded into their abdomen, we're going to say hello to Ashley, to Abby. Hi, Abby. No. Hi, Sandy the squirrel. Same voice actress. SpongeBob, help! So, something I learned very recently. Thank you, Joe, for this.
I do also want to say, in 5.2 is when we're going to have to cut off the Krauser incentive. So this is the last level before we need to meet that incentive. We're not quite there yet. We need a little bit more help to make that happen. So please, if you're at all thinking about donating during this event, now is the perfect time to help us out. Oh
my God, that is so much easier. Thank you, Joe. Oh, wow.
Okay, maybe I remember it wrong.
No,
The
no, you
shield
were
guy
absolutely right.
Didn't this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I said I thought the shield guy was this one. I guess I
it-
remember it wrong.
It's true. The shield guy is alive, but oh my goodness, having fewer enemies there makes that so much more free now. Okay.
So basically in that room just now, like if you start the room and you restart the checkpoint, it will despawn like I think like 2 or 3 enemies. And it makes the room like slightly easier.
Oh, dramatically easier because the enemies that despawn are in that hallway.
Because VR actually is a nightmare.
Yep. That's actually why I killed that Ganado with the Killer 7, because he was going to block Ashley no matter what. And normally, even if you like throw a grenade or whatever over there, all the Ganados that fall in that hallway, Ashley will just stop next to. She will not run past them at all. So. All right, we're gonna try a little hot speed tech here.
Whoops.
Let's go. All right, cool.
He's gonna jump.
Yep. We're good. Ashley's hurt, but we're good. A little bit faster than the other one, but yeah, we take a hit doing that. So for safety.
And coming up we have the wrecking ball.
Oh, didn't die.
So the old strat for the desktop version of the run is we use a glitch to hold Ashley in place with the aim button, but on VR we can physically aim at Ashley to hold her in place, not let her drop down. So we can kind of do the same thing on VR.
Even
And
if she
pretty
drops,
much
it's
free.
okay, but as long as she doesn't leave that spot, we're good. So. But
So
yeah.
you guys might be wondering, why don't we just use the command menu and ask Ashley to wait? If you ask Ashley to wait and you jump down, the enemies will spawn in immediately. So the spawn trigger is actually by Ashley and not Leon for this group. And we're out of here.
Yep, totally free. We're gonna quickly draw and shoot to attract this guy. That's not a leg shot. There we go.
That's not quite.
There we go. So by drawing and shooting, we get his attention faster. Normally you would just call to Ashley, but again, the quick menu is a little slow. So anytime I can get away
It's not
with
really
shooting.
a quick menu, is it?
No, it's not. You have to stop moving to use it. Like, I'd rather just have a dedicated wait follow button.
Follow me.
It's not too much to ask, and there are plenty of buttons that are not at all useful in VR that you could use. You could bind that to, and would be worth it. So Capcom, please fix. Please go, Ashley.
Leave it to
Please,
me,
thank you.
Leon.
Leave it to me, Leon. So again, going safe
I don't
on
think we can
yellow
quote
herbs.
Capcom on this.
Leave it to me, Leon.
Since like the main developer is Armature and
That's true.
not Capcom for the VR version.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know.
Armature, please fix. So this is the truck segment. This is the final auto scroller, so get those donations in for Krauser, because this is, you know, once this scene's over, and once we start chapter 5-3, that's the cutoff. You don't want to miss it.
We are getting so close. We had another donation come in, $7.50 from Shaq. I unfortunately don't have any good Shaq voice, but the comment is, maybe while we watch this cutscene, you can help your good friend out a little? I think so. We are getting just, it's so tangibly close on this incentive. I just keep watching it. We're at $92.50 out of a necessary $150. This is the last period in the run before that cutoff is going to happen. So please, please, please donate now if you want to see that cutscene. And reminder, I'm matching, so if you're donating towards this incentive, it's doubling. So if you donate $5, that's $10 for charity. That is an absolutely fantastic deal if I do say so myself. So now is the time to donate. Make sure you choose that incentive. Make sure you help us out. Do you have anything you can add on, like, how cool the cutscene is and why people should be really excited to see it?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, it costs 3 whole minutes and will absolutely ruin my world record pace here. Not really, but it's the best cheesy B action movie dialogue that you will ever see in a game. It's so quotable. Plus, I can use my cool voices whenever I'm talking like this. It's not quite Solid Snake, but, you know, Krauser's pretty good.
That was fantastic. Also, shout out to Solid Snake. The next run after this one is going to be Metal Gear Solid, so if you're a fan of that, please stick around for that one too.
So I just have to be careful that I monitor my ammo usage for the rest of the run here. I don't want to get caught with too little ammo for the final chapters of the run. If I get too close to the edge of this truck, you can actually fall off of it at the very beginning, which is not good, because the truck will kill you if that happens. Like the bad guy truck that shows up at the end. So,
Is there any way to throw an egg at that truck?
you know, there is a little window slot. I just never have an egg with me because you don't see chickens anymore after a while, and I guess the last time I would normally see a snake is like right before the Novi's room. Novi's 2, I think? Well, that guy will show up later, I'm sure. This won't come back to bite me, ignoring him. No? No, he's turning around. Okay. Alright, well, we'll get these guys first. Hi. I knew you were there. You're not very good at hide and seek, sir. Solid Snake, you are not.
So basically, when the enemies are still on the ledges, you want to shoot them off, because when they're high up there, they have like really low HP. I think it's not exactly 1 HP, but they have like really low HP. So you just shoot them and they fall down and they just take massive amount of damage.
Plus, if they fall off in front of the truck, then they can't get in the truck, so...
Yep. Because Ashley will just run them over. Oh wow. Okay, we're good.
Just as long as he doesn't get too close to me. This is why we bring the Magnum. For that guy right there. Did you see something? Oh yeah, Leon doesn't look at explosions. All right. Once I go through this last checkpoint door, that's the cutoff. So you got about 5 more seconds. I got to do a quick merchant purchase, but other than that...
Welcome. Got a selection of good things. What are you buying? Stranger. Now that's a weapon. Come back anytime.
All right. I need to know. Did we make it?
So it turns out whoever was Shaq actually did math very carefully. With the match that I promised, we exactly raised $150 total,
Hooray!
which is exactly how
Wow.
much we needed. So we are going to get to watch the Krauser cutscene. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support on this one.
Yeah, thank you all very much. You will not regret it. Let's see. Shotgun ammo. Definitely need this. Little bit of time. A lot of safety. Really can't have too many heals since I already grabbed that. There we go. Bye, guys. All right. Woo! Right over my shoulder. Did you see that? All right. Let's turn those cutscene QTEs back on. Here we go. Anybody who speedruns this game any amount of time will know all of this dialogue that's coming up right here. So I'll try and reenact it as best I can. long time, comrade. Krauser. I died in that crash 2 years ago. Is that what they told you? You're the one who kidnapped Ashley. You catch on quick, as expected. After all, you and I both know where we come from. What do you want? Simple Sadler developed, that's all. You got out of this. Oh, I needed her to buy Sadler's trust in me. Like you, I'm American. I don't flip. You got her involved just for that? Yeah. Yeah. I hate down QTEs. All for Umbrella's sake. Umbrella? Almost let it slip. Enough talk. Die, comrade. Shack run, shack run, shack run, shack run. Ada. Well, if it isn't the in the red dress. Looks like we have the upper hand here. You may be able to prolong your life, but it's not like you can escape your inevitable death, is it? You knew each other?
More
or less.
Maybe it's about time you told me the reason why you're here.
Maybe
Some other time. There you go, folks.
Goodness. That was one of the most worth it things I have seen in forever. I was dying laughing that entire time. I didn't realize you were going to act it out too.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you again, everyone, for donating. So we all got to enjoy the absolute awesomeness that was that cutscene.
$150 well spent.
Yeah. So I mentioned how I hate down QTEs. This room has the worst one in the game. Looks like we're gonna get it. Yep, the last one. So it always happens at least once in the cycle, but down QTEs for whatever reason are really tough to register in this game. Mostly because I keep my hands at waist level, so. But we're good. So Leon is dummy thick, so I can't actually fit between that gap right there, so I have to go around. So we are coming up on U3, and don't worry, Joe, I practiced this. I got it. It's time for the U3. So it's time for some more room scale shenanigans here. We're gonna phase through walls a little bit in this next segment, and you know, go stretch Armstrong and reach out and push some Ninja Warrior buttons. So the U3 segment is fairly challenging, but we can cut a little bit of it out just by walking through a wall here. Got it, first try.
There we go. Got it.
Except we're dead.
Wait, what?
He didn't jump up, so he killed me. Whoops.
That's unfortunate.
Yep. You save about maybe 5 seconds if you get that right, and you lose about 40 seconds if you die. So, all right, I will take the time to ensure that U3 runs away. I'm sure I wasn't going to get through this deathless. I've actually yet to complete a run that was reasonably fast deathless. Come on, get out of here, buddy. You gonna jump away now? No? Wow, stubborn. Nuh-uh. Come on. All right. Well,
Oh,
I
wow.
tried.
He is not cooperating.
He's not. Sometimes he'll jump away the first time you shoot him, and sometimes not. So, all right, we're just going to do it the normal way. That's okay. There's 2 of those tricks in it, and the second one is free. So, the second one you can actually do in stationary mode if you just happen to have long arms and a good lean. Even though there's like a red barrier, if I reach through these walls, you can actually still reach past it and interact with the stuff if you do it right. So what is supposed to happen is you get that button hit just like I did before. Oh, hang on, we got a little audio cut through there. Okay, good. Except he doesn't kill me when I do it. So landed the trick, did not live afterwards. We want a hand grenade here before we press on any further. Okay. The second segment, we don't really have to do anything to U3, except press the button and not get caught. So this one's free. And then we can cook this grenade, save a little time. Oh, I got too close to it, dummy.
Oh.
I'm still learning the exact
careful not
spacing
to
on that.
blow yourself up.
It's okay, we still save time because the door opened. But yes, you want to back up just a wee bit more than that. So I always shoot U3 here because you can cut the corner. And if you do that without shooting him, he'll cut you in half. We don't want that. I've already died too many times this run, so. Thankfully, that's the hard part of U3. The actual boss fight proper, super easy. Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. All right, we didn't miss. Good fight. So yeah, lost a little time on U3 there, but you know, it was worth it to try and show off those glitches. We're still experimenting with what can be done with Roomscale, but those are most of the ones that are in the run so far, what you've seen. There is, though, the Krauser fight, which is up next, and we're going to grab just one last piece of safety health. And the Krauser fight is a little tricky in VR, but I practiced that one too, Joe. I promise. It's going to be good. It's kind of nice, though, in certain respects, but it's also harder in others. So the whole segment is a bit different without Ditman. So we're going to try and get through the gauntlet first, and I'll focus on it. Joe, you can talk about some of the strats if you'd like.
Alright, sure. So coming up is the Krauser fight. And for the most part of it, it's pretty similar to the desktop strats.
Now we're talking.
Okay, did you hit the wall?
Nope, I hit him.
Looks like you hit the wall.
Nope, I hit him.
Now we're talking.
Because he said, now we're talking. If I hit the wall, he would have shot me with the bow and I'd be dead right now. So, that I missed.
For this first part of the fight, you're gonna shoot him 3 times with the 7 before he goes away. And you can proceed. And let's see what RNG will he do.
I don't think he's behind me. Oh, he is. He's behind me. So we get
Okay,
the free escape.
Yep.
I shot at him. Let's see.
What usually will happen is he will stand on top of the roof and he'll either throw a grenade at you or shoot a TNT at you or use a bow.
You don't want the bow.
The most free one is him being behind you. That's like absolutely free.
This block puzzle used to be a pixel perfect puzzle, but unfortunately it has since been altered. The hitboxes of these 2 walls have little bricks sticking out the side. If you look, like I kind of leaned over so you could see the profile a little better there. And you can't slide past them pixel perfect anymore, so rip that strat. I wasn't any good at it anyway. I usually get it like 1 in 10 tries. I'm not.
It's even harder to do in VR as well because of the perspective issues.
Yeah. So. So for safety, we're gonna take this a little slow here.
Explosive drones. The explosive drones, they kill you in one hit, I believe.
No, they'll put me at critical, but that thing will kill me in 2 hits though, easy. So thank you for the Krauser cutscene QTE, because now I can do the short version of this, which is not to respond. Little time refund there. Doesn't save 3 minutes though. And now, before I start the Krauser fight, I like to top myself off with my last yellow herbs. And this will ensure that if I get hit with this horizontal attack, I don't immediately die. So I'm going to focus here, and hopefully this fight goes really well.
Prepare for your death, Leon.
So the strat here is more or less the same as the desktop version. You choke his attack and knife him to death. Or not.
Nope, didn't quite work. Woo, close one.
Oh, okay.
Nope, he got the horizontal on me. Ah, didn't interrupt it. The timing is a little tight on that.
Yeah, this is
Nope.
like the desktop version is if you get it, you get it, but if you don't, then it's gonna fall apart.
Yep.
It's pretty rough.
One last heal. Hope it works, otherwise we lose a ton of time. Again with that hit. Yep, we're dead. Wow. And I even practiced that earlier today, so that's
unfortunate.
Yep. If I lose to him like 6 times or something like that, the game will crash. So we're gonna do better this time.
While we're running back up to that fight, would it be a good time for me to talk about some other upcoming incentives?
Yes, yes, please do.
Awesome. So I know we worked really, really hard to meet that Krauser cutscene, but we actually have quite a few incentives open for the next few runs. The next one on our list is for Metal Gear Solid, the very next run. We're trying to unlock the tuxedo outfit. If we meet that, our runner will put Snake in a tuxedo for that, which just sounds like the classiest way to play that game. That needs a lot of help though. It needs $100 before that run, so there's not a ton of time. Please make sure you get your donations in
much
for that.
better.
Very nicely done. Congratulations.
All
Do I
right.
have time to keep going? Seems
Yeah.
like you made it through.
Yep, rock
All right.
on.
Thanks. We also have some incentives coming up for Dark Souls 3 after that. We have incentives open for character name and character model that are wide open for you to swing one way or the other, and an incentive to play some of the bosses without armor. That's already at 100 out of 150, so well on our way there. But the one that really needs our help right now is that Metal Gear Solid tuxedo outfit. So if you're looking for a way to classen up your night, I don't know if that's a word, it is now, please make sure your donations go towards that incentive.
So
Coming
5-4
up,
has
we have 5-4 is basically a war zone. Like all these zombies thing is just entirely get thrown out the window. Everything is like shooting at you with guns, like rockets, arrows.
yeah,
They
the
just
game
want
the
that.
game pretty much throws everything at you that it can at this point. Always getting hit there. I cannot risk not healing if I get hit by that gun though. Because if it hits me again, I die. If
In
I
this
get
room,
hit there, I
pretty
have to take
much
this,
you
so-
die in 2 hits.
Rough stuff. Anyway. Hit the button, please. Thank you. So let's see if this guy Plaguses me or not. He did. But he didn't attack, so I'm okay. Alright, we have a little glitch here. We can talk about it after if I get it. Shoot, man, I'm just getting hammered. Alright, here we go. I think we got it. I think I got it. Oh, I had it! Wait, did you see it? Hang on. I'm gonna hold forward.
Did you clip back in now?
Yeah, I got it! Alright,
So basically, this is the
and I lost it.
first VR exclusive glitch. If you pull, like after you pull the lever and the cutscene of door opening plays, and that's when you get a checkpoint. The moment that you checkpoint, if you jump down at the correct timing, you will checkpoint in the air.
I don't think this is
And
gonna
if you
work.
reset, you will float in the air and you can skip some path, but I think he did it a little bit too high.
Just, this is the highest I've ever landed it. So...
Yeah, I think a little bit lower would be fine because
I think we got it. I think we're in.
Oh well.
Nope, we're not in. Oh, we're actually in a very bad place. I mean, this is okay. It'll still kind of save. Yep, not ideal.
Save like for a few seconds or maybe like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but
running,
I mean,
probably.
yeah. But we still
So
lost time with all
if
the resets there, so.
Yeah. If you did it like a little bit lower, you can just do this one entirely like out of bounds and pulling the levers from out of bounds.
Yep.
And not risking like getting hit. So it's a pretty interesting glitch. And nope, this is not possible in the desktop versions of the game due to the fact that the cutscene plays immediately after you interact with the lever. This is the first VR exclusive glitch that we have found so far.
Shotgun wasn't prepared to shoot that guy, so I had to dodge him.
And the infamous 5-4 door.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if even the VR version will crash on 5-4.
Yeah.
They ported literally everything over, even if 5-4 crash.
Yeah. I haven't had it happen to me yet. Let's see. Ooh, Magnum rounds, yay. How are we doing? 8? Oops, 14.
Funnily enough, the 5-4 crash actually never happened on me, not even on PC.
I've had it happen once. It was not a good run, but it definitely happened, and it's soul crushing if you're on PB pace and that happens because it's so close to the end of the run.
I've seen that crash happen even on consoles like Xbox or like PS4, which is insane. Like you expect, like if the game is made for the console, they would at least be optimized properly, right?
Yep.
But no, that's not a thing apparently.
So, just for safety, I grab all this extra ammo. It's mostly the shotgun ammo I need, but Magnum rounds never hurts to have, so.
So this is the final hard room of the run.
Yep.
This is the war room.
We don't want frags. We want flash.
But VR is a lot easier than on desktop because we can just shoot everything inside.
Yep. If it gets in our way, we just blast them. No RNG, you know, to worry about, other than where this this guy winds up.
Get the key card and we'll be on our way.
Yes, I shot that guy blind. I just assumed he was there. But yeah, normally that guy shows up there to mess up your day if you don't, if you go up that ladder too fast or whatever. But if you shoot him, it's not a problem. We have 3 in
Can't be
reserve.
RNG if he can't get up.
That's right.
Oh wow, there's like
Oh yeah,
people in there.
that's a good flash right there. You'll love to see it. And even these shielders, you don't even have to juke them. Totally free. Very, very good war room. So we grab our last rocket launcher here. If my ammo was critical, I could grab a little money and upgrade for capacity, but we are doing actually very good on everything. All I need to finish up is 1 flash grenade,
Thank you.
2 magnum rounds, and 1 rocket launcher. I don't even need these herbs, but if I mess up or whatever, so. So yeah, we're coming up on the end of the run, so it's gonna be probably about another 3 minutes or so. Oh, Ashley. Oh, you're such a kidder, Ashley. She had to do it to me one last time. So final chapter. We can equip our rocket launcher here because we won't need anything else. Frag grenades are a good backup, but I shouldn't need them. But I could use no merchant strats if push comes to shove. So this boss fight, Sadler has a quick kill if you...
It's really, really free.
It is. And it's even easier in VR. Watch, I'm going to mess it up. So, eyeball.
This was you shoot this eyeball, you
eyeball.
shoot his head.
Oh, we don't even need to equip it. It's such a bad habit. Oh wait, yes we do. Haha.
Oops. And you shoot it with a rocket. And that's it.
Good fight. And in VR, the timing...
Not quite yet.
Yep.
You'll need to hit it with one more rocket.
Yeah, it is possible to miss. It's unlikely, but it's very possible to miss. You don't even have to perfectly aim it. You just have to shoot kind of in the same hemisphere that he's standing in. I like that the emergency system has been deactivated. Releasing locks just sort of stays there unless I press the button to get rid of it. So yeah, I like to waste ammo as a celebration.
It. That's
other than
in VR.
Yep. We still have the jet ski run. We don't get the Ditman jet ski glitch, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for having me on this. There we go, we get the catch. Cool. I appreciate you guys meeting both incentives. Super excited for that. I was glad to be able to show those off. And show this off. This is, as far as I know, the first time RE4 VR has been featured at any kind of charity marathon. So
Indeed, it is. This is relatively new. So shoutouts to the RE4 speedrun community. So if any one of you are interested in speedrunning this game, regardless of desktop or VR versions, you can join our RE4 speedrunning Discord community. You can find the links at the speedruns.com Resident Evil 4 leaderboards page.
Yeah. They do actually have VR controls for this, and they're terrible. Oh my god, they're so bad. Like, it's very easy to like have your hands move further than the actual handles go. And on top of that, having to like rev the engine by twisting your wrist is so hard. But comfort mode is just basically classic controls.
And
so time. 2:02:55. Not bad. Not bad for a marathon. Thank you very much. World record is sitting at a low 1 hour and 57 minutes for this particular category. So the run isn't actually over until we actually save on this. So there. Now we have actually gotten the time recorded. And the time will be different because the clock keeps ticking between the results screen and the gold one. But yes, GG. Thank you all so very much for having me. It's been a blast. Looking forward to see what else we can accomplish this weekend as we move on to MGS. And so thank you very much for having me. I'll go ahead and throw it back to you guys.